Hi, I'm Kuby, and welcome to Kuby Does It. Today, I'm going to show you how to build a tool set from Harbor Freight for under $100. And the best part about this tool set is that it's going to cover both home, auto, and just about any other project that you might try to tackle. And to make that even better, after I get 100 subscribers, I am going to give this away to one of those 100 subscribers, including shipping. So the first item that I'm going to show you here, and first of all, let me say I have no affiliation with Harbor Freight. I make no money from anybody. I am not monetized, so I'm doing this solely to help you and help you get started in DIY. This kit that I'm going to build, whether if you're brand new and you don't have any tools, this is perfect. If you already have tools and you want an extra set or a spare set, this is also a great option for you. Harbor Freight has 3 levels of tools. They've got good, better, best. Good, which is the lower end, is Pittsburgh, which is what I'm going to show you today. The better is the Quinn, which are actually some pretty good tools, and then Icon, which is their high end, meant to compete with the likes of Snap-on and Mac Tools, those type. So as we get started, keep in mind these are basic tool sets and tools, and these are not meant to be your lifetime tools, but they will hold up and last you for a long time. And the best thing is, they are lifetime guaranteed from Harbor Freight. You take a broken tool in, they'll give you a brand new one. So think about that as you're getting started. So let's get started with this. So the first thing is just an overall comprehensive toolkit. This is a 130-piece toolkit, and it has just about everything you need to get started in DIY. And you're going to be able to accomplish a lot with this. So let's open this up, and I'll show you what we have here. You've got 8 screwdrivers, including a bit receiver screwdriver. They give you 4 packs of these little bits that go inside the screwdriver, and this basically makes it, however many bits we have here, about say 25, 30. It gives you 30 options. So this covers everything from square drive to Torx, which are your star bits, to the Phillips and the flathead screwdrivers. And they're various sizes as well. So you're going to have just about every screwdriver you're ever going to need in this kit to get you started. And they're not bad quality. They even have stubby screwdrivers in here. You've got some lockjaw pliers. These are sometimes called vice grip pliers. These are really handy, and you can use them especially when you've got something you need to get a really good grip on, and you got let's say a wrench won't fit on it. Needle nose pliers, good for getting into tight areas to grab things. You can use it to twist wires, and it even has a little cutting part to it. Then you've got lineman pliers. Lineman pliers are for electrical work typically, but you can use them to twist wires, you can use them to cut wires, you can use them to grab onto things and pull, twist, anything you want to do, you can do with these. Then there's a set of cutoff pliers. And these are 45-degree cutoff. They're flush cut. So if let's say you've got a brad nail or something that you want to cut flush, you can get right down to the floor or whatever surface is you're cutting it from, and cut it without having a little stub sticking up. These are really handy. They're great for cutting just about anything, especially wiring. And then an adjustable wrench. Every tool set needs an adjustable wrench. This is a small one, and if you want a bigger one, for $4 or $5, you can go to Harbor Freight and get another one. They've got tons of them. And to go along with the screwdrivers that we were looking at earlier, you've got some precision screwdrivers. These are the little small ones you can use for your electronics if you're taking them apart like a computer. Glasses, those type of things. Anywhere where you need a really small screwdriver. And then you've got this bit attachment for a drill. You can use those bits with your drill. Use it to put screws in and pull screws out. So that's pretty handy if you have a drill or if you decide to get one down the road. And then you've got 2 sets, metric and standard, of Allen key wrenches. And these come in handy, especially if you're building some of that crappy furniture that they sell that you have to assemble, which my wife, for some reason, has to buy something, it seems like, about every couple of months that I have to put together. You've got a full set of 3/8 inch and 1/4 inch sockets, both metric and standard. And really, you've got just about everything you'd need to do just about any kind of repair, especially on a car. There are a lot here. The ratchet is, it's not the highest quality, but it's not bad either. It's a good ratchet. It'll last, this whole tool set will last you a while, and it'll get you started, help you decide whether or not you like working on cars and around the house. You're gonna save money, you're gonna save time, and you're gonna save aggravation. You might as well learn to do it on your own. Once you do, it kind of becomes one of those things where it turns into a lifestyle. I know it did for me. I started out when I was young, didn't have a whole lot growing up, so if something broke or I needed to do something, I had to figure it out on my own, and that's exactly what I did. And then as time went by, even though I could afford to pay somebody to work for me and do things for me, I do it myself because, gosh, it's just easier for me to do it, at least in my mind. Plus, the sense of satisfaction you get from doing it on your own is awesome. So let's get back to the socket set. You've got extensions, you've got a big one, a little one, and then you even have a spark plug socket. The set includes a tape measure. It's not a bad tape measure. It'll do the job. And you've got two 5-piece sets of boxed in wrenches. A combination wrench actually is what these are. You've got metric and standard, and these will cover a good bit of everything you're going to need them for. And then there's a little package of hardware in here, some nails, some picture hangers, and some drywall anchors. But I can't forget this incredibly robust hammer nod. But hey, it's a hammer. It'll get the job done for small stuff, especially if you're hanging pictures or something using that little hardware set that's in there. But you'll see I've got some more hammers in this tool set that we'll be looking at here momentarily. But that's this set. Good starter set. You know what? For the money, $39.99, $40 for a complete tool set that's got a lot of what you're going to need. You can't beat that. You really can't. All right, let's close this up. Next item, sometimes called a Wonder Bar. But it's a pry bar. Really good for home stuff. If you're pulling some shoe molding, or if you're trying to pry two pieces of wood apart or something apart, you want to get some leverage to lift something up, to get it up. This thing, it'll pull nails. It has so many uses. You can whack on it with the hammer to drive it in. This thing is indispensable. You will love it. And while we're on the theme of pry bars, here's a 3-piece pry bar set. And you've got 3 lengths. You've got short, medium, and long. And these are really more towards automotive use, but you can still use them, around the house depending on what it is you're using. But you're going to get leverage with these. It's going to help you to, especially if you're working on a car, if you're trying to get a part off and you need to pry on it a little bit, or if you need to tighten. Let's say you're tightening an alternator to get the belt tight. These work great, and they're the best part about these is they have these flanges around the handle, along with this metal spot here where you can hit it and whack it with the hammer. So really, really good tool to have. And you get 3 of them, and they're really inexpensive. They're not bad at all. So let's talk about whacking things. This is a ball peen hammer, and actually of the things that Pittsburgh makes, some of their hammers are really good hammers. I have this particular hammer myself, and I've had it for a very long time, and it just won't break. It won't stop working. This is really good if you're hammering something like metal, trying to get a dent out, or bending something. If you've got a spike you're trying to drive into the ground, this is really good. If you got a part on a car you're trying to whack, or you're trying to whack with the pry bar. This is a great tool and has a lot of uses, and it's indispensable in your toolbox. And while we're on hammers, here's you a claw hammer, and this hammer is more for hammering in nails or removing nails. This is a good solid hammer. It's a 16 ounce. It's moderately weighted, but it's perfectly good. And this has a fiberglass handle. I also have one of these that I've had for many, many years. My wife uses this one a lot, and it has been beat and beat and just won't give up. It just keeps going. But you got to have a hammer, and if you're going to have one hammer, get this one. But I recommend having the ball peen as well. And then getting back to some of the tools we had in here, you had a lot of pliers. Well, this is another type of pliers. This is a slip joint plier. It does exactly that. It slips, the joints slip to get bigger or smaller. It was originally made for plumbing, but works really well gripping onto bolts or anything that you just need to hold on to and turn, twist, pull, where you need that extra leverage. You got to have these. Well, this is like less than $5 at Harbor Freight. Lifetime guarantee. Keep that in mind as well. This is another indispensable tool that doesn't cost much. It's worth its weight in gold, frankly. You ever hung a picture and you can't figure out if it's level or not? Well, this is what you use. This is called a torpedo level, and it's like $3 or under $3 at Harbor Freight. And you can use this for many things, but if you need to get a quick level on something to get something straight, this is what you use. And the best part about this one, it's magnetic, so you got a post or something or a railing that you want to check level on. This is what you can use. And if you're going to work on cars, then you've got to have a magnetic tool. And the way this works, let's say you drop a nut, a bolt, or you drop a tool down into your engine compartment. Reach down, grab it with this, and pull it right out. You don't want to leave stuff in your engine compartment because you don't know where it's going to go. Plus, really, really inexpensive. Again, all of this stuff is under $100, and that's after tax. So keep that in mind. Next, one of the first things I'm going to teach you how to do is change your own oil. I know you're probably taking your car to have oil changed somewhere, or your vehicle to have your oil changed somewhere. You're having to drive there, you're having to sit and wait, and then you're wondering whether or not the monkey that's working on the car is going to put oil back in it or actually knows what they're doing. Well, do it yourself and save a lot of time, save a lot of money, and save a lot of hassle and aggravation. This is an oil filter wrench. You got to have this if you're going to change your oil. This is a basic oil filter wrench. There are tons of different types, and I'll do a video down the road showing all the various types and how they work. But this one works like a pair of pliers. You grab the filter and you turn it. It's that simple. It works, and it'll get you through learning how to change oil. And then I got some items that were on sale. But I think that these are really relevant to have, and you should include them in your toolbox. This is a wire bristle brush. So really good for cleaning areas like under the hood. You don't want to clean anything with paint because it'll scratch. But for instance, a battery. These are really good with batteries. So if you get a lot of corrosion on your battery, you pull off the battery cable, scrub the terminal with this. It'll take all that off and make it shiny. You can scrub inside the connector. You put it back. If you've got a slow crank or a hard start issue, maybe even your car's not starting, try this before you do anything else, and it might just solve your problem. It could keep you from getting stranded for sure. And then I picked this up, and it was only $1, but this is a scraper. It's a razor blade scraper, and it does have a razor blade included with it. It's just flipped inside so you don't slice your finger wide open on it. Let's say you've got a decal or something on your car that you want to take off. Whatever you do, don't use this on paint because it will scratch. And then last, but certainly not least, is a tool bag. You got to have something to keep your tools handy where you can find them and keep them organized. This was on sale at Harbor Freight. It's normally $17. I got it for $10. It's heavy. It has pockets and various sections in it so that you can place additional items. All of this for under $100. So what you have here is pretty much everything you're going to need to get started, at least. You can always add to it along the way and upgrade tools, but this will get you started. For $100, you'll make that up on the first couple of oil changes, if not the first oil change. So don't be afraid. Let's get started together and learn how to do things ourselves and save some money, time, and aggravation along the way. So with that said, again, please hit the subscribe button. Once I get 100 subscribers, I will send this out to one of the lucky subscribers, and no cost. I'll do the shipping, so don't worry if somebody texts you and says, hey, you owe shipping or something. No, you don't, because I'm going to pay for it. Thank you. This was my first video. Hopefully the next one will be better and the subsequent ones will be better. Leave me comments if there's anything you want to watch or see done and learn. I'm more than happy to give it a shot. Thank you. God bless.